You want to start your question?
Yeah, starting now. You ready?
Go ahead.
Okay. When I was in the Navy, we actually went to Egypt, and I took a trip to see the pyramids and everything. And when I got out, we got out the tour bus and everything. I stood in front of the Sphinx, looking at the Great Pyramid and everything. And at that time, I had an experience like I left my body, and I could actually see myself standing there, and it just felt like I didn't understand it at all at the time, because I was just didn't know what was going on. I was like, what was that? And I never said anything to my friends or nothing about, because I just didn't know, what was going on.
Well, the thing is, when you got to understand that area of the universe is the part of the universe which is the soul. Africa is the soul. It's only 10% of the earth. So when you're dealing with that area, you're closer to the equator. The equator is the thing that gives us communication with our third eye, which is our pineal gland, that produces the soul substance, which is the melanin. So when you go into Ghana, for an example, you have certain energy centers there that coincides with the way that you think. Like right now, you are in Las Vegas, so it's more stress signals being distributed here. Whereas if you go into Ghana, the signals there cannot be interceded or interrupted. You get what I'm saying? So if they send negative electromagnetic waves off in that area, it wouldn't affect you more so than you being here.
Yeah.
So meaning that you can get in touch more so with your higher self to go to other dimensions, meaning outer body experiences and things of that nature.
Because when it was happening, it didn't feel like nothing negative. It just felt like, later on, I was just thinking about it, and it just felt like ancestors.
Right.
Was reaching out to me, and
Yeah, so I mean, again, being in that area, that's you. Like right now, that's why they had to take us away from Africa. Because being in that area at one time, the black woman could produce things that she can't produce here. Why? Because of the environment. Now our thought patterns is off. Even the way we breathe, our heartbeat is off now. Because the equator helped our heartbeat to be on track with the universe. The universe has a heartbeat. You get what I'm saying? So it's better, people can meditate better. It's a better detox going on in that area, things of that nature. The food is better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When I was over there, I'm looking around and I'm like, these people ain't black. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like I said, I wasn't really up on consciousness or nothing at all. And then later on, I was like, those really Arabs over there pretending to be like they're the original Egyptians or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The only reason they exist there is because they got melanin camps where they're killing a lot of the children there and they sucking the melatonin out of them. They can't exist there unless they have some form of melanin in them. So this is why they're murdering a lot of our children. They're adopting them, leaving them in the desert, organ harvesting and things of that nature. So a lot of people don't know in the so-called Middle East they have large amounts of melanin camps. Even here in Las Vegas, they have melanin camps. You get what I'm saying? Where it runs from here all the way to California, where they cloning in certain facilities. Yeah, I just now did the research. So a lot of people here are being sidetracked with the lights, not knowing that is an illusion. That's an illusion. But they have melanin camps, and they have underground railroads that lead from Las Vegas all the way to Los Angeles. A lot of people don't know that. And they cloning people. A lot of people here are clones. The police officers, they clones. You remember the incident in South Carolina when the white boy went to church and shot the people? He wasn't real, that was a clone. A clone is somebody who they can download from somebody else's brain that person's characteristics and actions. But what they can do is they can send signals off and cause a negative reaction at a certain time. So say if I was a clone and I walked in here, they can send off a signal, I can start shooting everybody. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter. So that's what's going on.
I was watching some stuff like that. It was showing Eminem.
Yeah, he's dead.
And they showed Al Roker.
Yeah, he's dead
He
too.
was just like stuck.
Right. Beyonce is... No, you can turn it off. Just hit the red button.
How they have like malfunctions sometimes, like when they could be doing an interview and then all of a sudden they'll have a malfunction.
Right. Well, Al Roker died when he had the surgery. Beyonce was murdered when she went into the so-called hospital. Remember when they shut down the top floor? They said they shut down the whole top floor for her to give birth to the baby. Yeah. They had her in surgery then. They cloned her at that time. Now, most people they don't kill. Most people got so much money to the point where they don't want to be seen no more. They don't have time to come back to the public to address the public. So what they do is they'll clone them and they'll go live in underground. They have whole communities underground.
Sure do.
You get what I'm saying? So They say, you know what? Like Tupac, he alive right now. But the thing is, he living underground. They got whole cities, just like you
And
see here.
they
Whole
really
cities
do.
underground. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people won't grasp this though, because they like, well, they so conditioned. And they like, nah, this stuff can't happen. They'll look at a movie for entertainment, won't see the reality in the movie.
I was reading up some stuff over in like Colorado, how that big airport they got.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of underground stuff there.
It is, yeah. They have
And,
melanin camps. Matter of fact, that one run all the way to West End in Atlanta. The one in Colorado. They have a tunnel that runs from there, and they have FEMA camps. Anybody that said they've seen FEMA camps on top of the ground is lying. All FEMA camps are underground, concentration camps, where people are being missing. When you go into Walmart and you see all this stuff on the board about missing teenagers and all of that, they take them and kidnap them and bring them underground. They take them underground. Even the people that was in New Orleans with Hurricane Katrina, when they was taking their children up on the helicopters, a lot of those children weren't accounted for. They took those children, killed them, and took their organs.
Oh, I believe that.
You get what I'm saying? So,
Same thing about Haiti. Like, whenever, didn't they have like a big,
the earthquake.
yeah, remember that?
They did that. Well, the thing is, this right here in Haiti. At that time, there were black children being born there with a different strand of DNA, and they picked up on that and said, you know what, we gotta cause a catastrophe so we can have some type of justification to get in there and get the organs from these children. So what they did was they sent off the HARP signal, which they have in Alaska, Gankona, Alaska, where they had 180 antennas, right? So they said, we're going to cause an earthquake. That'll give us justification to go in there, take these children, take their organs out. Because in order for white people to exist, they need our melatonin. They need that substance in us to live. But now it's not even working anymore. So now, like the NAACP situation with the president, they got, she was scamming. They thought that she was black, but she really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of white people that's in black communities portraying to be black. And they pumping them full of diseases and stuff like that. And they sending them into black communities to, you know what I mean? Like when you set borax out for roaches to give them disease, they take it back to the nest. And they know that black men love these white women, these nasty ass white women. So therefore, so yeah, we looking on the surface of things and not really seeing what's really going on, because they got us looking at so-called reality shows, stuff like that don't exist. At 6 o'clock every evening, we have something positive going on with our DNA that the white man know about. But instead of us going outside barefooted to stand in the soil to get that detox, to get that information, we are looking at the 6 o'clock news. And
That's very negative.
Yep, the 6 o'clock news. Why? Because at 6 o'clock, they take that positive signal and turn it into a negative signal, which attacks the sixth chakra. So once they attack that sixth chakra, they shut down your brainstem. Your brainstem is your subconscious. You get what I'm saying? So now you think you're yourself when you're really not. At that time, if they wanted to, they could send signals off and make you kill somebody. Because you have in your food, you have mercury in your food, which is metal. You have lead in your food. You have manganese in your food. Like Dick Gregory said, manganese will make you kill your own mother, which is true. But it has to be set off with some type of electromagnetic energy or frequency in order for it to be initiated.
We changed like my deodorant with no aluminum in it, and now we're like doing toothpaste with no fluoride.
Right.
We're trying to make changes.
Right. Now it's like the food part.
Right, yeah, because the food now, they're saying, okay, everybody is health conscious. So now what they're doing is they now are inserting new genetically modified organisms into the fruits and vegetables now. So we don't even have real fruits and vegetables no more.
We don't know if we go to Whole Foods.
That's right.
I've always debated this. I've always said, unless you grow it yourself,
Exactly.
that's the only way you're going to know that it is not tampered with.
Because they have a corporation called Monsanto. Monsanto Corporation, they are a third party who works with Planned Parenthood. And what they do is they use the aborted fetuses to help flavor the food from Monsanto, which is a private corporation which supplies all of the American supermarkets, the commerce. So therefore, Planned Parenthood sells them the aborted fetuses for less than nothing. So this is an agenda against the black community. We think that white people are there to help us, when all the time they got it. White people never came to us without having an agenda to benefit themselves. You get what I'm saying? So everything they do is against us.
Yeah,
Everything.
We've been through all that racism and this and that, watching the crosses being burned.
Right.
Right. I know the deal. We know the deal.
Yeah.
We grew up in that stuff down there.
Exactly. So it's the matrix. We got to unplug from it, because I can sit here and tell you a lot of stuff right now that'll blow your mind. What's going on right here in Las Vegas?
So much.
85% of this population right here, of black people, are not real. They artificial. All of the energy here is artificial energy. Meaning that 85% of black people here don't have souls. How could that be? Because whenever you get bit by the vampire, you get affected as well. I'm talking about as far as thinking. And that's more dangerous. That's more dangerous. A black man with a European mind is more dangerous than a European himself. They know this.
Well, we don't really keep no friends or nothing because it's like,
hard out here.
It's fake out here.
It's
hard out
everything.
Here. I speak
like
to
big
brother.
mega churches and
Right.
stuff like that. And it's like
Right, well the thing is with the churches and the universities, all of the churches, well most of the churches, and all of the universities. One example, I don't know if you know Jerry Falwell from Lynchburg, Virginia, Pat Robinson.
Yeah.
They sister schools. Right now they have contracts with the FEMA corporation.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get a diagram of Liberty University, it'll run from the school all the way downtown Lynchburg, Virginia, where they have railroad tracks that's now being bought up by the government. Even the Greyhound station in Lynchburg, Virginia is now being shut down. If you go to Lynchburg, they don't have no more Greyhound stations no more. Why? Because that route right there runs from there all the way to the downtown area, all the way into West End and Atlanta. Atlanta would be the headquarters to the FEMA corporations where they'll take people.
okay, because I've researched videos of like FEMA and the coffins, and they right outside of Atlanta they have a bunch of coffins ready. So I'm like, there has to be some type of agenda with Atlanta.
Right. What the coffins is for, if you look at FEMA, they have FEMA agents that come out between 2:30 and 3 a.m. in the morning. They have to get everything done in a 30-minute interim. So when they come out, they have to know where all of the homeless people are at. They are now abducting homeless people, taking them underground and putting their bodies to incinerators for melanin, for the alkaloid in the melanin. Yeah, these people they crazy. Yeah, so between 2:30 and 3, they're trained to be able to come out in 30 minutes, do what they got to do, and get back to where they need to get to. They have whole laboratories in Atlanta. That's the rise of the Atlantis. That's what the new African body that I was speaking about on my video. These are where the babies are coming into existence at. And when I say babies, I'm not necessarily talking about babies coming out of the womb. I'm talking about new minds being born, as far as being abducted by the information or energy coming from the universe, from other planets. And right now, Mars is in retrograde. And we know that Mars is the planet of war. So black people now are ready to go to war, but they're being blocked by certain things. But it's only going to be like 3,000 people in America who's going to get this information. It's only 3,000 people that's going to get away. And this is why when I tell people, I said, don't worry about your family members, because it's not your physical bloodline that identifies your kinship. It's the people you're on the same frequency with. You get what I'm saying? So right now they know that and they trying to identify who they are. This is why I tell people, they tell me, well, you get on the camera, you talk about the government, they can kill you, this and that. They can't touch me before my time, because they don't understand spiritual science. If they understood spiritual science, they can get all 3,000 of those people who abducted the earth with that information. People like myself. They can see me, but right now they can't see me. On the way here, I was confronted by DEA in Ohio. They said, can we speak with you? And I was like, for what? Who are you? And they said, we don't need to tell you. I said, yes, you do. I don't know who you are. And right now I feel threatened, because when I look at the news, I see people like you killing my children. So now I feel threatened. So I stood up and went and talked to him. He said, do you have any guns and stuff in your bag? I said, I just now came from baggage area where they checked that. So if something in there, you put it in there. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, oh, so you know the law. I said, I don't know the law. I said, I am the law. I am the law. So I said, whatever you got to do it now, because I'm not going to nobody's cell alive. I'm going to fight you here, and it's either I'm going to kill you here, or this is he's threatening. I said, no. I said, you should not heard me say it out of my mouth. I'm not afraid of death. So he got on his walkie-talkie, and it was there for like 10 minutes, and he's like, you're free to go. He tried to give me his hand to shake. And I was like, I'm not shaking your hand. I'm not shaking your hand. So, I know they're watching me, so now I have to do other things instead of flying now, because I know that they own me. So, like I tell people a lot, I said, I don't go from state to state doing lectures. I try to go out and hang with people and be family, because when you're standing up in the church, it divides you away from the community. It makes you feel like you're superior than the community. So I say, when I come out, I want to be among the people. Like when you see me right now, the only thing I got is my two Ninas and myself. So, I I don't trust even my own people at times. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But that's the incident. But yeah, I get death threats and everything. But that don't stop me from doing what I do. You get what I'm saying? Like when you look at so-called conscious people, and all they want to do is stand on the corner in front of cameras all day and fight among each other and con the people. Yeah, it's all entertainment. They agents. They sent by the government to keep the people sidetracked from what's really going on.
Yeah, you made me think of we were watching.
You can stop it.
Excuse me. You made me think.